Yeah, if you're at the fair instead of here, you lose your $100.
No, he's on a cruise.
No, I was like, all right. The fair's open all week. They won't.
You ready?
Oh, yes.
Let me know. You ready?
Yep.
All right, great. I want to welcome everybody to the October 7th, 2025 meeting. Now, it is 6:01. I entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved. Second.
Second, all in favor, aye? Aye. Ms. Vaughn, you want to do the honors tonight?
Since I was told. I don't ever get to volunteer for this, I get told. So, if we all bow our heads, please. We gather here today as servants to this community, entrusted with the task of governing and making decisions that impact the lives of our fellow citizens. Grant us the wisdom to approach every issue with clarity, fairness, and a deep understanding of the facts. Help us to set aside personal agendas and focus solely on the common good and the long-term well-being of this county. Inspire us to listen to one another with respect and open minds, to seek productive collaborations, and to speak with integrity and courage. May our debates be productive and our final judgment be just and sound. We ask for the strength to face challenges with resolve and for foresight to plan wisely for the future. And may all that we do reflect our commitment to prosperity, safety, and vitality for our community. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Commissioner Vaughn. Well done. All right, before we start our planning and zoning part of our meeting, if anybody's here tonight is in opposition of any of these requests, you will be able to be heard. Mr. Petrowski, you want to start?
Chairman, our first item this evening, item P2, is a request by Clyde Green. It's to rezone 3.77 acres at 3562 Gray Highway from C2 to RR to allow the placement of an additional dwelling on this property. Planning Commission has recommended approval of this request.
Mr. Green here tonight? Mr. Green here tonight? You want to?
Good evening. I'm Tevin Green, his son.
Go see. Let's tell you a little bit about what you're wanting to do. And
Yes, sir. I am requesting additional dwelling on that home, on the property. I'm only using 1 acre of that land. I am trying to put a modular home, single-family modular home, on that piece of acreage. That would be 25 by 80. Square footage is about 1976, and we have pretty much, yeah, that's it. As far as the home will have brick skirting around it. It would have footers. It will have pins and everything. It needs to anchor the home down as well. But yes, sir.
all right. Anything else?
That's it.
Any questions from the board?
I do. So this is a 5-bedroom manufactured home that you want to put on this property?
No, 4-bedroom. Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm just going by what's on the application, sorry.
That's no problem.
Any other commissioners? Questions?
Not at this time, sir.
All right. Okay. Anybody here tonight in opposition to this request? Come forward. We got 2 hands. Sit down. We'll give them opportunity to show opposition. Introduce yourself and where you live.
My name is Kurt Green, and I live at 3574 Gray Highway. And my property is right next door to the property in question. I've been there, this home, it's family land. We've owned this land for a long time. So this is one of those things where I have 14 acres right there next to it. My house is right next to the property line. And so my opposition would be not to allow this to go through. The biggest understanding that I have is that the county denied probably about a year ago of some land on Gray Highway next to Wheeler Road and Middle Georgia Electric. It was like a 4-acre slot there that some individual wanted to build 4 houses on, and the county denied it because it's zoned commercial, and he wanted it zoned residential, the same thing that we're kind of dealing with here. And I find it kind of difficult to figure out that if you can deny that, how can you approve this, being the exact same thing? And it's also my understanding that in the near future, and I don't know whether I'll be around for that near future or not, that there's plans for county sewage down Gray Highway and water down Gray Highway, and the sole purpose of basically commercializing things down Gray Highway. So, my opposition is that we decline it moved from commercial to residential.
Any questions from the board? None? We had another hand in the back.
It was, I thought it was just a vote for an opinion, but I don't
Okay.
care to speak. I feel the same way he does about it.
Okay. Anyone else? You got a question
Question
for
for,
the applicant?
Yeah, the applicant again.
Okay, all right. Could you come back forward, Mr. Green?
Mr. Green,
Yes.
I know we're hearing 2 different applications here, but both of them, when I read through them, one says it's one double wide for now and a second one in the future if the other son decides he wants to do it.
Yes, sir, but yes, sir, that is correct. But the second one that's going to be dropped in the future, I don't see that happening right now. That's
Yes, sir.
far on in the future. Yes, sir.
Right. So my other question is the other one that we're going to hear next talks about dividing property a little ways down the road to subdivide lots for my children.
I can't speak on that. My brother has more information on that as well. He can speak more on that for you.
Any other questions?
I'm good, Chairman.
Okay. All right. Thank
Thank you.
you. What's the will of the board?
Since this is in my district, I deny the variancy to go back to residential. This is a commercial piece of property, and we have it on our land use as commercial for any future, and it was bonded as a commercial property in the late 80s, and has been commercial since that point in time. So if we put these homes on there, you say now that there's only one, but it could possibly be 2, and we're talking about 3 acres of land with 3 houses on it. So I would ask the board to please consider keeping it the commercial property.
Your motion is to deny.
Yes, to deny.
Second.
Second. All right, discussion?
I tend to agree with Commissioner Vaughn that's designated as a commercial corridor all the way up Gray Highway, and we've talked about for years. Even when we updated the last land use map, we made sure to maintain that whole corridor through there because we're putting money into water and sewer all the way up Gray Highway. It would be detrimental to the tax base of Jones County if we now start changing all those commercial properties into residential properties. And to be consistent, we've denied it for another applicant not too long ago, so I would agree with that.
Any more discussion? If none, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Ayes have it.
Chairman, our final zoning item, item C1, is a request by Clyde Green to allow the creation of 4 additional lots on an existing private road. Because this is a variance, the Planning Commission does not make a recommendation on this.
All right. All right, Mr. Green, you want to
son.
So you're the son?
Yeah,
Okay, all right.
I'm the oldest son.
I was gonna say, both of y'all took the name Clyde
Yeah,
Green.
you both y'all named Clyde. I was getting ready to ask a question, which one of you's Clyde?
So this property was bought in the 90s, and the only neighbor that was there at the time was Dr. Langford. Property had mixed use over the past 20 years, primarily as some hunting grounds and the Boy Scouts, the local Boy Scout troop from Macon 551, would camp out every weekend during the summertime. So the flagpole on the plot that you have in front of you is a 60-foot wide road that fans out to 90 feet when it joins Luke Smith. And there's another 100 feet of entrance to that property from the access road. That's also shown on the map. So there are 8 homes that are built off that road, off that access road, and we own the property from Luke Smith Road back to those 4 plots. No issue with the adjacent homes using that Woodward Road as an access road. We don't mind sharing it with it's Mr. Riley Cogburn, and he uses that to access his farm. We're just asking permission to subdivide that 43 acres into 4 plots, and that's going to be separated between myself and my 3 siblings. And we just want to, we believe we have adequate access and egress to and from that property, so we can get it subdivided if possible.
All right, any questions for Mr. Green? No questions this time? All right. Again, anybody here tonight opposed for this request? No one is opposed to this request?
I make a motion to accept it. I mean, to approve.
Approve.
Thank you.
All right.
I'll second for discussion,
Second.
Chairman.
All right, motion is second. Any more discussion? None? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Let's have it, thank you.
Thank you.
Is that all we're doing tonight? All right, good deal. All right, to move forward, consent agenda and approval of minutes. We have a work session on September 16th, along with a third Tuesday on the 16th, executive session on the 16th, along with a call meeting on the 18th. Y'all had an opportunity to review the minutes. I entertain a motion.
So moved, Chairman.
Second.
Second. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
All right, new business, Red Cross Facility Use Agreement. Ms. Tyler, are you here?
She is.
Hi.
How you
I
doing?
think you already have the printout of the Red Cross agreement. It's just the agreement to put in place to use the gym and the Mattie Wells Community Center as evacuation facilities if something comes through and we need, like a neighborhood is damaged or something, that way we have shelters in place. And Red Cross, we already have that agreement with Red Cross so that they know what we have and what they need to bring with them before anything happens.
All right, any questions from the board? I think this is renewing what we've already done before, correct?
They haven't been renewed in a long time.
Okay, so we
So
just-
they came out and renewed and like
All right.
reassessed everything and, you know.
All right, you do. Any questions?
Motion to approve, Chairman.
Second.
Second, any discussion? If none, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
All right, okay. If we could we table 2 until Mr. Risner is able to get back?
Motion to postpone item number 2 in the new business, Chairman.
Second.
Second, all in favor, aye?
Figure it out. We figure it out.
What's that? All right. Vet Services RFP. In light of some of the changes in our animal services program, I just wanted to bring this to the board and see if this is something that we need to look at to go for RFP or wait till we get a new director in. What are your thoughts? That's for discussion, if not.
I think we've got the application process open. I think we're pretty close to interviewing for director. I've always, I think probably something that needs to be done, but I hesitate to do it with a new director coming in.
Sure.
I don't want them to think we're doing things that, in a leadership role when we're
Absolutely.
policy driven, not day-to-day.
Absolutely. But it's, I mean, it's just as much for discussion as, you know.
Yeah.
I have no complaints with our vet services now, so.
Correct, and I've just, like I said, we've got, with all the changes in our
Right.
animal services, I just, at least bring it to light and talk about it.
Probably best to stay in a holding pattern for right now until we get a
Okay,
new
that's
director in
correct.
place.
Okay, we moved to old business. Again, we got, if I can have y'all table,
Do I need a motion to postpone number 3 and
it's just for
It's just
discussion purposes,
discussion.
unless we, well, yeah, you can do a motion to postpone till, that'll be fine.
motion to postpone number 3? Chairman.
You got a motion, we got a second?
Second.
Second.
Second. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
All right, if I get a motion to postpone one on old business,
So moved.
Second.
all in favor, aye? Animal Services, this is a praise. Like I said, we've had a lot of changes in our animal services, and I sat down and had an opportunity, I was taking some trash out there, and I had an opportunity to stick my head in there and talk with the people there. And I want to let the employees know that this board has always recognized employees that step up, particularly when we're shorthanded and whatnot. And I ask them that hang in there with us, and we recognize that. And not one time have we never not appreciated and showed our appreciation. I'm an attaboy. I'm proud to, and we're blessed to have all the rescues that we do. Your blood sugar,
Here's some candy.
is it candy or what?
I'm good, just keep talking.
Here's some honey.
Oh, okay, all right. We're very blessed to have all the animal services that we do. I mean, our program's success has been because of our, animal services, our rescues. Our rescues, we're very blessed to have. We're very successful. Other counties look at us and they say they're just amazed at how people in our county come forward when needed. I've supported animal services before I got in this position. I support it now, and the day I leave here, I'll still support it. I'm a little disappointed, though. It seems like we got people in this county that are just hell-bent to see us fail. And when they succeed, they celebrate it, in of all places, social media. That's not what Jones County stands for. People want to move to Jones County. And you know why they want to move to Jones County? And to be a Jones County, I don't care if you've been here a week, a year, whatever. We step up, as our Steve Johnson says at church. We show up and we show out. Animal Services, the rescues that we've got that give their time and money to make sure that these animals are taken care of. That's what it means to be in Jones County. The people in this county that give their days, nights, weekends to mentor to our kids and make sure that they got good mentors going right in this world. That's what it means to be in Jones County. When you have a fundraiser, give you a perfect example. We're raising money for the Children's Hospital. Maybe it's Tim Tebow. Maybe it's a person that just lost their house. Jones County shows up. And that's what it means to be in Jones County. I appreciate each and every person in this county that gives of themselves, whether it be financial, time, and but again, I'm disappointed at times that we have that, and well, we got a great program going, and I want to make sure it continues going that direction. And this was for discussion only, and if any commissioner has anything they want to say. Any comment?
I think you said a lot, Chairman.
And it's just something that need to be said. Executive session on old business. Commissioner Kitchens, we had an executive session on personnel that we needed some action on. You want to address that?
Yeah, Chairman, we've had folks that, like you said before, have gone above and beyond and have just stepped their plate so many times, and we've recognized people over the years, and I think we have two in the tax assessor's office that we'd like to provide some retention plan for, and so I'd make a motion that we give a retention bonus to two people in the tax assessor's office.
All right. We had a motion, we have a second.
Second.
Any discussion on that? None? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
All right, ayes have it. Executive session, you know, since I want to talk about executive session. This isn't something new that has just taken, it's taken on several times. The importance of executive session, and I'm going to let our attorney talk on it, but it's one of our last executive sessions, we had executive session material that the next day was out that there's a reason for executive session, and there's protection on that we have to abide by, and it's just that, it has to stay there, and there's reasons for that. And again, this isn't something that just happened, it's happened several times over my 9 years, but it has to be addressed, and it has to be addressed now. And if I can lean on our legal, can you give us explain what the executive session to our crowd is and why it's important?
Sure. The state law, Georgia law, allows this board to go into what we call executive session. And that is where only the board is allowed in the room. It's not for the public to sit in on executive session or to know the discussions that occur during executive session. And executive session discussion topics are limited and narrow, and they're laid out in Georgia law. And Open Meetings Act authorizes local governing authorities to conduct certain discussions in private during these meetings, including topics such as potential property acquisition, hiring, disciplinary actions, things of that nature of the employees. The confidentiality of such discussions is necessary for various public policy reasons, but including protection of the county purse, to ensure the county can effectively negotiate acquisitions, and to protect the best interests of the citizens and the employees until such time as it's appropriate for some of those conversations to come to light. And that's the point. It's important that that information be discussed during private executive session meetings, and that those discussions remain confidential until such time, again, as it's appropriate for public dissemination, for votes and such things to take place. And the votes for any of those executive session topics to actually go into play or into force or into effect, those take place when the Board of Commissioners come back out into public session, into the open meeting. And so the public would be apprised at that point of any action being taken pursuant to the discussions that take place in the executive session.
Thank you very much. Any questions from the board or comments? None. Department heads. Any department heads want to come forward? Public Works, got anything tonight? I'm looking in the back. I don't want to miss nobody.
We got some updates on Jakes Woods. It's coming pretty good. We got all the parking lot area cleared and getting ready to put the final grade on it and get the gravel in, the GAB down, and the driveway pipes in.
Right.
And got a little more grading to do up there for the pavilion. But it's coming on good.
All right, thank you.
Commissioner Woods got a bridge that's looking very nice.
Yes, right, I'll speak of it.
Oh, yeah.
Commissioner's
Okay.
comments.
Yeah, that's,
So, well, not gonna steal your thunder,
Right.
we're good.
yep.
All right, make sure I hadn't missed anybody. Have
I don't see anybody else.
Legal have anything?
No, sir.
Citizen comments. Oh, wait, hold on. I got somebody signed. Ms. Simpson, you want to come for? And just introduce yourself and your address.
Yes.
You
Pull
can
it
pull
down.
it down.
The light is on, right?
Yes.
Okay, I hope.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm Kristen Simpson. I am a lifelong resident of Jones County. I've attended just about every school that we have, from Dames Ferry to Gray Station to Clifton Ridge, and then Jones County High School. I'm a homeowner here, and I would like to raise a family in Jones County, but I wanted to address some concerns that I have about some recent news that I've gotten about potential zoning for a data center in Jones County. I wanted to also share some potential solutions related to economic benefit that there may come from a data center. I think there are other avenues we could explore for doing better in the county. First, I wanted to share that I appreciate everything you guys may have done already to research data centers or find out what protections need to be in place when potentially zoning for a data center. But I did want to bring up some concerns that I didn't see addressed in the review of the last commissioners meeting. So I saw that you guys were very concerned with noise level, and that's a very valid concern. However, I did want to share some concerns that I have personally for why I would prefer not to have a data center in Jones County. That's mostly due to concerns with water. I'm not sure how much everyone in the room is aware of how data centers operate, but because they are computing systems for high energy load, those computer systems have to be cooled effectively. So one of the biggest draws of data centers are water used to cool those systems and computers. They are very dependent on water. The average Georgia home takes about 80 to 90 gallons of water a day. In contrast, the smallest data centers take about 18,000 gallons of water a day. If you increase the size of your data center, some of the biggest data centers are able to draw a max of 5 million gallons of water a day to cool their computer systems. That is, so the 18,000 gallons, that is 200 homes of water a day that a data center takes. And we have encountered water shortages in Jones County, or at least conservation, asking people to conserve the water that they're using due to drought. We often experience droughts, and temperatures continue to be extreme in the Georgia summer, meaning that we already have some concerns when it comes to water usage. And water is a finite resource. It doesn't exist forever. And I think if there were to be a data center in Jones County, it would draw significantly on our water supplies, or at least impact wells that are nearby the construction site at the very least.
12 seconds.
We're not trying, we got a lot of
Sure.
people I think want to stop.
So let me share some of my potential solutions. If you're worried about
And we're
economic
limited
benefit.
to about 20 more seconds.
And
Citizen
I
comments
hate
are
to do
3
this, but we got a lot of
minutes.
people want to talk, and
So I
we
have
can't
20
we
seconds?
can't answer any questions, but
That's fine.
I got a little extra time. Go
So I
ahead.
have some 20 seconds?
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
I'm not gonna hold you to it. Try
We
it.
could invest in small business grants and workshops, offer friendly policies and ordinances to small businesses. We could try to model ourselves after towns like, small towns like Monticello. We could do an annual festival to draw in other Georgians and bring in their tax dollars, invest in our agriculture and bring in a huge farmers market that might draw other people from the state. And we could also survey businesses and residents for what they want to see in Jones County and whether or not they want a data center. Thank you.
Hey, thank you. Any other citizens want to come forward tonight? Gary?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
we had a community cleanup.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
my God,
And I
you
got
gotta
to
rub
do
it
the
in.
presentation because I'm the only one here that was there. So come forward, sir.
Oh, my gosh. You mean the last two reigning champions don't have to present it to me?
You only one, because we
No.
wasn't there.
Do they have to bow
Right,
and kiss
Sam?
the ring?
Yeah, do we have to stand up there with him and everything?
I mean, his head's already big enough without getting the trophy.
Wendy, you gotta give it to him.
gotta present that.
Wait a minute, who was?
You won it last, thank you. You've got to present it to him.
I need y'all to present this to me of the last two
Can I
champions.
stick my tongue out in the picture? Do we have to smile?
150 tires.
Yeah.
2 years in a row, 2 times in a row. We have cleaned up. And I encourage everybody to participate. This is our first fall event, which I got to admit, everybody's schedule were tied up, but by default, I ended up winning.
They didn't hear you in the back as you was talking on the way up here.
Okay. I invite everybody to participate in our Keep Jones Beautiful cleanup events. This is our first fall event, but needless to say, we had a lot of people that had conflicting schedules that couldn't make it, so by default, I won. But you got to admit, two cleanups in a row, both times I come in with 150 tires, and this came out of one neighborhood in the city. And
You say in the city?
in the city.
I know.
And there's probably that many more. But it's important that we keep our county clean and getting people to chip in and be proud of our community. That's the big thing, because it irks me when I see people throwing trash out big time. But I didn't expect you to do that, but thank you.
And the last count I had was 450 tires is what we collected, that's it.
That's it.
And so he brought 150 of them.
And I got tired of loading. My back was shot.
Well, we pick up the trash piece by piece on the side of the road.
Yeah,
Well,
but
if you wanna go pick up some trash that's some on Rutherford Road.
I
the
know.
railroad
I went there,
tracks and-
I went down there the other
You
day.
gotta-
I cut across county the other day.
any other citizen comments? Sure, come forward.
Good evening, I'm Blanche Lamb, I live on Flash Hills Road.
Yeah.
Thank you for those of y'all entertaining my emails. Mr. Wood for reaching back out to me today very promptly, Ms. Wagner for hosting my visit today, and some other staff here being very friendly and cooperative and informative. Questions I was asking that I know maybe made people uncomfortable.
Sure.
Because I'm one of the crowd that is in my feelings about the data center application. And I don't want to repeat what has been said. I echo that, strongly support everything Simpson said. Water being my number one concern, so I'm not going to go into that. I think you heard about that. But in moving forward, I realize we cannot prevent these applications. They're going to continue. And once we are at a period where we don't have an active application, it's my understanding that perhaps we get back to the table, we meaning you, on looking at some of the further parameters. As I realize that recently there's been some parameters put in place for certain zones, and that's all beyond me. I'm speaking of just enough knowledge to be dangerous. You know, and it may be things outside of the box that other communities have or haven't done, but to prevent some of the I'm going to even say disasters. I wanted to shout out, hey, let's put this in the disaster plan, because there are potentials coming with that. Even if it's a disaster for 5 families, that's a disaster for 5 families. We've already got neighbors talking about selling and leaving Jones County because this is even a potential topic of conversation. And understandably so, get out while you can, while your property has value, or you have water, or you have power. Just some of the considerations, you know, going back, looking at enforcing placement of these if we must entertain applications in more industrialized areas that are already in place, rather than disturbing the natural landscape that's in place now. Requiring some disclosures. You know, it's my understanding that someone purchases the land, someone builds the facility, they lease it to someone else operates the facility, and a lot of this is behind the scenes. There's non-disclosure agreements. So locally, if it's even possible to prevent that, enforce some public knowledge of what's going on if we were to host such a facility. How are they gonna discard of their e-waste somewhere else? Or are we gonna have to absorb that cost and that burden? What's gonna happen if they go bankrupt or belly up and just leave a pile of
20
waste?
seconds.
Reimbursement to residents who may encounter those disasters. Maybe it is only 5, and it's not gonna reach the threshold. No one outside of those property owners may care that they no longer have water. Their house is worthless, they have no money to go and move elsewhere, and some type of reimbursement from those entities.
Let me give you just the same, and I'm sorry, it's limited to 3 minutes, so I just want to make it fair for everybody, so you have 20 more seconds.
And generally, everybody knows, generally, this is a county meeting.
Yep.
And this is y'all's meeting. But sometimes, I see all these people, and I said, we might have 20 people want to come up here, so if you watched the last 9 years, this board will tell you, I've never limited anybody, but, it's.
That's fine, understandable, and I realized that before I started, so that's why I didn't repeat anything. But even, requiring certain insurance policies for these entities, and I realize they're insured, but, making it, less desirable for them to apply to Jones County for these type centers, because I think you're gonna see an overwhelming sentiment that the community does not want a data center. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, yeah, I'm gonna go straight into commissioner comments and start. Yes, we have
Is that all?
I'm sorry?
Are we finished with citizen?
Any other citizens? I'm sorry. Uh-oh, I see one back. Come on. There for a minute, I didn't have no hands, and all of a sudden they started coming up. Come on.
Sorry.
And I'll
No.
let you know when we get to 20 seconds,
All
okay?
right, just,
I'll be quick.
all right.
Alexandra Leffoltz, I'm at 177 Stewart Farm Road. Been in Jones County about 7 years, married a born and raised boy, drove me back here from out west, and now he can't get me to leave. I am heading a citizen-led initiative to get a petition signed by the citizens of Jones County opposing the data center. I would like to read that petition to
What?
the commissioners
We
tonight.
can't have, or can they read it?
I think it's more appropriate, the P and Z board's not even heard the
Sure.
application yet.
And what we can't answer any questions. I hope you understand.
Absolutely.
We have to be, until it comes to us, we have to keep an open mind. And so does P and Z. So we got to be very careful that we can't stay within the parameters of when we can do this. And,
We can just consider this a citizen comment then.
yes, absolutely.
To the honorable members of the Jones County Board of Commissioners, we, the undersigned residents, taxpayers, and concerned citizens of Jones County, Georgia, are writing to express our strong opposition to the proposed construction and operation of a data center within our county limits. We respectfully urge you not to approve any zoning changes, permits, or incentives that would enable this project to move forward. While we understand the importance of responsible economic development, we believe this project poses serious and long-lasting risks to the health, safety, environment, and overall well-being of our community. Our concerns include, but are not limited to, excessive resource consumption, that's been addressed, noise and industrial pollution, environmental impact, insufficient economic benefit, decreased property values, lack of public transparency and input. We, the residents of Jones County, chose this community for its rural charm, environmental integrity, and quality of life, not to become the site of a high-impact industrial facility that offers little long-term benefits to the local citizens. Therefore, we call upon the Board of Commissioners to deny any and all zoning changes, special use permits, tax abatements, or infrastructure concessions related to the proposed data center project. Ensure full public hearings, proper environmental impact assessments, and lawful due process before any industrial development of this kind is considered. Furthermore, pursuant to Georgia's Home Rule Law provision, under the Georgia Constitution, we as residents of Jones County hereby notify this body that we are fully prepared to pursue a citizen-led initiative to legally challenge and override any zoning changes related to the proposed data center site. If necessary, we will initiate a process to collect the number required of signatures under Georgia law to formally petition for a referendum on the matter in order to protect the public interest and preserve the character of our community. Respectfully, the undersigned residents of Jones County, Georgia. Thank you.
Hey, thank you. All right. Anyone else? I went from nobody raising their hand, and now everybody's got their hand up. So that's great.
I'm just coming
What
with
we
an
anticipated.
invitation. Last night, I officially invited City Council to our Pizza and Politics Night. I'm Sherry Gordon, the chairman of the Jones County GOP, and I would like to officially invite all of you to Pizza and Politics next Wednesday night at Ranchers, and Commissioner Kitchens will be talking about our local SPLOS that will be on our ballot on November 4th,
What time is it?
6:30, 7:30.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else on citizen comments? Going once? Going twice? All right, now I got all the, no more hands. Now we can start, commissioner comments. I'll start. We've got a big zoning, hearing coming up in next month, and, I've already asked the clerk that, that will be the only thing on our agenda that night. It was originally, advertised to be here. We have everything we need as far as streaming. I can only imagine the amount of people that will be watching this. We're having the plans to have out areas with, what do you call it? Areas to hold people above and beyond. And, obviously this is a smaller room. IT's working to make sure we've got screens throughout the overflow area to, so people can, can hear and participate. Ms. Wagner's working on, something to, post as far as, how, a lot of y'all heard us zoning meeting tonight. That's pretty much the same thing. I always encourage anybody with, and we don't get these many big zonings, but have spokespeople and come forward with that. And we want to hear from you. We just need to make sure all the time's utilized fairly, because we will give the applicant, just like tonight, we'll give the applicant the same opportunity to speak and give anybody opposed the same courtesy, and try to keep it, or we try to keep it, equal. Like I said, we appreciate your concerns. You're showing your love for Jones County. I said there's a reason people move to Jones County, and this is one of those where people come up with concerns of our community, and we appreciate that very much. Ms. Vaughn?
No comments.
You kind of spilled my beans earlier, but the bridge in Union Hill Church Road on Gladys Creek is almost finished, and we've been working on that since, I think it was around...
2 years?
No, October 28th of 2021.
21. Yes, that's
So
when
it
washed
was
away.
damaged in a heavy rain event, one of those disasters that flooded a lot of areas. But I'm looking forward to Gregory Bridge Company out of Eatonton finishing that, and I want, as I have said before, hats off to Ingram Engineering for doing such a good job out there, and I'm looking forward to going over and being able to drive over that creek again.
Are you and Wendy going to compete to see who can drive across it first?
No.
She's got no
I'll
competitive
let
edge.
her.
She got
I'll-
no competitive
I've walked out there
edge.
many times, and I sit and look over the creek and listen to it flow over the rocks. It's a very peaceful area of the county. I invite everybody to go out and enjoy Jones County's beauty.
See, I won't have a bus to drive over. It was just fun driving over
That's
the
all I
Wood
have
Bridge.
tonight.
The very last wood bridge we had in existence in this county.
Yep.
Commissioner Kitchens?
Chairman, I'm gonna piggyback on something you said, and I don't want to talk a lot about because we hadn't, nobody's heard it yet, but I do want to clear up some misinformation out there. I mean, social media can be great, but it can also be, the devil. And I'm glad I'm elected, so I'm not limited to 3 minutes, so,
Take your time.
just want to get that out there.
Hopefully everybody can understand you better than me mumbling.
Yeah, so there's misconceptions about how the process works. So legally, the Planning and Zoning Commission and the Board of Commissioners has to legally hear every application. So nobody in this world could want one, but we still have to hear it. So when somebody makes an application, if it's on private property, we have no control over that until it comes to Planning and Zoning. and then it comes to us. So we don't have any way of denying NDAs or discussions about it, or even two people talking about selling land or buying land or any of that. One of the issues that we had was, and still have, is everybody knows that we talk to our commissioners in Monroe County, Twiggs County, Wilkinson County, Baldwin County. Every one of us have been approached by data centers. I think everybody in Georgia has. I mean, it's not, we didn't try to hide anything. What we did was, they had not been to Jones County yet, but they were going to every other county. So we started looking at our ordinances and our planning and zoning ordinances. We didn't have the protections that we needed. If they came to Jones County and found a piece of commercial property big enough for their site, they didn't need to come to us. They just build it. They buy the property and build it, because there's no zoning against that. So what we did 3 weeks ago was put precautions in place and required it to be a conditional use for every application that comes to Jones County. So that means every application comes through planning and zoning and comes through the Board of Commissioners. People talk about the water supply in Jones County. We struggle every year with a budget to try to dig more wells to get more water to run water lines. We're spending millions of dollars trying to get the customers. Our goal has always been that everybody in Jones County to have an opportunity to have county water or well water. It's your choice. But there are places in this county that they've dug 4 wells on their property and can't get water. And so we're trying our best to supply them with water. So I'm not being asinine when I say this, but if you don't think we understand the issues of fresh water in Jones County, you're sadly mistaken. So we do know these things, but we still have to hear these applications. We also cannot prejudge a decision before the application is brought before us. So if 1,000 people came up here and said, we don't want it in our county, that's not a legal justification for us to vote no, just because people don't want it. So I love the passion. I love the fact that this many people are going to come forward and say something about what they really believe in and about what they think about Jones County. But I really want people to understand that there is a process, a legal process that has to happen. And so for all the people out there that said, I've already gotten a paycheck and my mind's already made up, I wished I did, because my bank account does not show it. But it's nobody's minds are made up. I've voiced my concerns in our meeting about the ordinances, about water and noise, and that's why we put all these things in place, to at least have those parameters in place when an application did come. I've even made my personal opinion known that I would love to see one that's going to come here. I would love to see one in the industrial park. We have 1,000 acres of industrial property bought, designed, and spent a bunch of money to and we market it every day, to have industrial businesses come into it. It's supplied water from Macon Water Authority, sewer from Macon Water Authority. We don't tap into our groundwater wells. So, there's opportunities. I don't want people to think not here, not ever, because there is a huge benefit, tax benefit to these things. There's opportunities to lower taxes like you wouldn't believe from the benefits of these. But it's got to be the right place and the right conditions. And so I just see so much out there that people that are misinformed about it. We all were. Everybody on this board has visited data centers, have researched them, have talked to engineers, have talked to other commissioners. I mean, we've had good friends of ours that flew up to Lowndes County, Virginia, to visit the biggest place in the country with data centers. And they've been doing it for 10 years, and it saved their county, saved their town. But they'll sit there and tell you all the nightmares that they went through to get to where they are now. So I just want to say that everybody on this board is probably 5 generations deep in Jones County. Mm-hmm. I can promise you, nobody loves this county any more than these folks do. So we signed up for this. We're thick-skinned. I could take all the bashing and the crooked, SOBs that people want to call me. I'm fine with that. But to say I don't care about this county, I don't love this county, it's just not true. So give us an opportunity to hear that. And the last thing I will say, we are restricted on time based on the applicant and the opposers getting the same amount of time. So we expect a big crowd. I would highly suggest that all the people that are opposing, pick a spokesperson, pick one or two spokespersons. So you're not, I won't say wasting time, but you're not wasting time saying the same thing over and over again. Get all your points across, get everything out with the spokesperson that, so you don't waste any valuable time that things you want us to hear. So, thank y'all.
Thank you for Commissioner Kitchens, because you sure clarified a lot better than I do.
I don't know about that. I don't think I clarified anything, but I just got to put my opinion out there.
But,
I
yes,
can.
please have a spokesperson, and if you haven't got a copy of what we've already put in place, get that copy. That way you can address it, that we've already addressed this, but bring other concerns, and again, we want to hear everybody, but there's no way if we got 250, 300 people here to hear every single one, you know.
Can we put it on the Facebook page and on the website?
Yep, and that's what we put in place on the 16th of last month, and it was on our website and it was on Facebook for this work session. I saw some people share it on the 12th of last month. We had no people show up to a work session, none, for this data center, which we were doing conditional use with the restrictions. I wish this room was full every meeting, because there's a lot of meetings we won't have but 3 or 4 people here, and you're like, this is a public meeting, and we need to hear this input. And I say it time and time, constructive criticism is healthy. If we're doing something wrong, let us know. You know, we're only human. And I can't tell you the many times over the last 9 years that we've sat there and this board has looked into areas that we need to vote on, and a person come up here and tell us something we hadn't even thought about. You know, this board, you know, we can't, we got to know a lot to be in this position. But there's people in this world that's got ideas that can be shared to let us think about what's going on. But again, I appreciate each and every one of you.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
You did good, thank you.